What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, and back after a very long hiatus with more of The Tourist, which is further to say I reacted to the first 4 tunes on this greatest hits compilation provided by Phil. Big shout out to you. And then I kind of jumped into the Eurythmics proper, and that was obviously a multi-album journey, and I'm currently now going through some live stuff from them, and I've begun going through Annie Lennox's solo material as well. But I always had it in mind I wanted to jump back to The Tourist, so I've decided I'm doing Eurythmics and Annie in the same batch. Now, I may not do this as a trio every time around, so bear with me if there's a little bit of variability in terms of the 3 related deep dives. But yes, I'm going to do a reaction to The Tourist, and we will get back to this compilation and go through it. In any case, the next tune, where I left off last time, is Save Me. It's an appeal, it's an entreaty, a request, a command. Of course, being saved might not literally be about physical saving and protection from bodily harm or death. It could be about someone being rescued in a more psycho-emotional sense, an interpersonal sense, in regard to someone's life trajectory, which might be heading downward, and then another person from a higher plane is able to pull them up to get them back on their feet. All of that is, great visual metaphor, and thus it could function on multiple levels, where it is referring to a situation where someone is being saved physically, but maybe you could extrapolate that into the realm of emotions. Either way, let's give it a listen. This is The Tourist, and their song Save Me, included on a greatest hits compilation, and I'm forgetting exactly what the name is of the hits. So, yeah, it's just greatest hits, and apparently it was released in 1997.
Secret that also may function, that everyone knows. You said everyone knows. You're down on your luck, you ain't got no ideas. Keep on walking, you might deserve. Save me, save me, save me from myself.
A short one, but yes, I do remember that their stylings are more rock, and I don't know, would you consider that post-punk? It has a bit of an edge to it. So yes, I'm trying to recall, didn't they start, it was like a trio and then later a couple other people joined? I think that's right. Nevertheless, it is interesting to hear anything that Annie is involved in terms of a musical project where she's not on vocals, so that did strike me. But again, the vocals fit. Again, they have a bit of that late 70s punk type of atmosphere to them. Obviously, the key line is save me from myself, not save me from external danger, not save me from, someone's malevolent intent. It's like, save me from myself. Now, that could be like a behavioral thing. You're sort of addicted to doing something which is self-destructive, and you're asking someone to try to be on point, or to be vigilant and to protect you from yourself in terms of acting that way. But it could be also kind of what I was saying in advance, the idea of not being in a good place mentally and needing someone to lift you up and, dust you off and send you on your way, or like, to go with you. So either way, it sounds like it is a bit of an internal struggle that the narrator is reaching out for help with. Nevertheless, I do enjoy the rock and roll stylings, and I think the vocals, as I said, fit the vibe well. And yeah, definitely a shorter one. I'm going to say like maybe a minute and a half. Just about 2 minutes exactly, so a little bit longer than that, but not much. And yeah, like I said, I may not do this every time that I come back to live Eurythmics and Annie, but there probably will be other reaction batches where I'll do the full trio. So yeah, bottom line, this is not like a huge compilation, so we'll go through it. We'll get a full story, or at least a reasonably full story of the Tourists and their sound before Annie and Dave struck out on their own to form the Eurythmics. So I'm looking forward to it. As I said, thank you to Phil and to all those who did comment on or like the Tourist reaction, which I'm gonna look it up now while we're on camera, because I got it like 3 years ago. How long ago was the last one? We shall find out. The last Tourist reaction I did was in January of 23, so like more than 3 years ago. Crazy. And in fact, I had done the first one in December of 2022, so I did 4 over about 2 months' time, and then I have not been back since. And as you may not be surprised to learn if you've been around this channel for a while, that was back in the Sandstorm days. Ah, the days of me not really knowing what the heck I was doing making videos. Not that I'm an expert now, certainly, but perhaps a little bit more experienced. In any case, from the Sleeping Cat, Luca, and I will see you next time. Peace.